In this video, I will tell you exactly how Greg makes more than $2.8 million every single month. Hi friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Max. I run an SNMA, a super niche marketing agency, and on this channel we explore how to start, run, and grow a successful marketing agency that generates great results for our clients, but also helps us as the entrepreneur to achieve financial time and location freedom. But for now, let's just dig into the video and let me explain to you exactly how Greg makes more than $2.8 million every single month in his business. So let's dig into point number one, the problem. So Greg is one of our oldest clients in our marketing agency. As you might know, we run an SNMA, a super niche marketing agency. We only help residential roofers with Facebook ads, and Greg run a residential roofing business in Central Florida. They've actually expanded now, so they're all over the Florida. But when we started working with them early 2018, we only helped them in Central Florida around the Orlando area. And back then he was making around $15 million per year, so around $1.25 million every single month. He was focused on one niche. He was only doing residential roofing work for homeowners in Central Florida. So he had that super niche type of business that we talk about on this channel. One market, one service, etc. But the problem that Greg had was his marketing. He actually had a great service, obviously, to sell. He had great pricing. They had a great business. They had great people, great business operations, great sales and everything. But they were lacking in the marketing side, and that's why we started working with them. So back then they were doing a lot of offline marketing, like TV and radio commercials, billboards. They were also doing a lot of lead generation website, which is very common in the home service industry, like HomeAdvisor, Angie's List, Thumbtack. And the problem with these third-party lead generation websites is that they generate duplicate and very expensive leads. They were also spending a smaller fortune into Google Ads, which is very competitive and very expensive in the roofing industry. So they were struggling with their marketing. They were just basically throwing some money at the wall, and they were spending a lot of money. They were spending $50,000 every single month into advertising, 50. But they were making a lot of money in return as well, right? They were making $50 million every single year, or $1.25 million every single month. But really the main problem that they had was, since they were just throwing some money at the wall, trying to see what sticks, they were getting some returns from it, right? They were getting some leads, they were getting some customers, but they didn't really know where the leads and the customers were coming from. The phone started to ring, but they didn't know if it was because of the Google ads, or the radio commercial, or the TV commercial, or was it the yard sign, or the printout. They were just spending so much money into advertising. They were getting some results, but they did not know from where, essentially. So that takes me to the next point, which is the solution. So in early 2018, Greg decided to hire me and my team to help him with the advertising, and our plan was to only do Facebook ads for him. So our initial goal was to help him to escape from TV and radio commercials because they're so expensive, it's offline, and nobody watches TV anymore, everybody is on their phone. We also wanted to help him to escape the competition from Google, since it was so competitive and so expensive, and also help him to escape the competition and the expensive prices on HomeAdvisor, Angie's List, Thumbtack, and those lead generation websites. So the main goal was to escape all of the competition, all of his current advertising, help him to stop throwing money at the wall. We also wanted to reduce his advertising spend simultaneously as we could help him to grow his business. And that's exactly what we did. So we decided to only to go for Facebook ads and only to advertise one specific service, his residential roofing services, essentially. So basically what we wanted to do was to escape the Red Sea of competition where everybody else was trying to advertise, and instead create a blue ocean where nobody was advertising and we could reap the benefits from there. To escape the competition, create the blue ocean of no competition, so that we could scale faster and generate better results for him. So that takes me to the next point, which is the actual results. So again, before we started working with Greg, he was making around $50 million per year. He was spending $50,000 per month into advertising, doing all of these different types of advertisements that was generating duplicate and very expensive leads. He was paying around $120 to $200 per lead, and the lead in the roofing industry is not an appointment. It's just contact details to a homeowner who are looking for a new roof, essentially. Basically name, email, and phone number of somebody who's interested. And before we started working with Greg, they were getting those leads for around $120 to $200 each. And most of them were duplicate as well, meaning that most of the leads that they generated was not exclusive to him, but they were shared among 3 to 5 other competitors, 3 to 5 other contractors in this area. So he needed to put in so much time and effort to actually just being able to get in contact with those leads that they were spending so much money on generating in the first place. And the results that we were able to generate for him within the first 3 months was that, first of all, we started to generate exclusive leads for him. So no more duplicate leads. We generated exclusive leads under his own brand and under his own website by utilizing Facebook ads. We reduced the lead cost from $120 at $20 to $200 per lead down to $10 to $15 per lead. So we reduced his cost per lead with over 75 to 80%, if not even more than that. So again, in early 2018, they made $15 million. After 2 years in 2020, according to the top 100 roofing contractor list that you can find online, they made $33.6 million in 2020. And we also managed to reduce his advertising spend per month from $50,000 per month into advertising down to just below $16,000 per month. So we reduced his advertising spend in less than half, but they managed to double their 8-figure business. And we're not the only reason behind that, obviously, me and my marketing team. But what I can tell you is that Greg stopped to do lead generation websites, offline marketing, and Google ads, and put all of his money into Facebook ads. And he scaled from $15 million per year to $33.6 million per year. So with that out of the way, let's talk about the lesson that I learned and that you can learn from this actual case study. So the main key point that I learned from this actual experience, from being able to help Greg and his company to grow from $15 to $33.6 million in 2 years, was first of all that it pays off to focus on one niche and focus on one service. So this was something that I started to implement more and more in my business from that point, to just focus on one niche, one market, and only have one service. Because I saw that if Greg can only do residential roofing and only help homeowners in a specific area and make $33.6 million in 1 year, why shouldn't I only focus on my Facebook ads only for residential roofers and just do that over and over again? It just makes sense. It seems stupid to try to be an expert at everything to everybody. It's gonna be stressful, time consuming, hard to get results. I'm gonna have competitors like across the entire board. Why not just become the expert in one thing where there's huge opportunity? Because that's exactly what Greg did. He saw that there were huge opportunity in his local community, in his local market for residential roofing. So he decided to just go all in on that. The second lesson that I learned was that when you find something that works, just go for it. Because when you get that opportunity, once you find that wave to ride that actually works, you need to have the guts and the balls to actually put more effort and time and money and resources into it. It's like in poker, when you get that great hand that you really believe in, just go all in on it. Capitalize on the opportunity that you're presented with. Because that wave that you might be riding right now that you take for granted might disappear tomorrow. So go all in when you have the opportunity, essentially, was the second lesson that I learned. The third lesson that I learned from Greg was to just go for it. Because when I started working with Greg, I did not have that much testimonials or that much recognition in the roofing industry doing specifically Facebook ads, but he believed in me. He didn't think that much when we had the sales call. He was like, yeah, okay, let's go for it. And I was actually asking for somewhat of a premium price when it comes to marketing agency. I was asking for $3,500 per month per location. And over the time, he had 3 to 4 locations with me. So he was paying me well over $10,000 per month just to help him with this advertising. But my point here is that he didn't second guess himself or wanted to think about it. He just trusted his gut feeling, and when he found something that he saw potential in, he just went for it. He just decided right there and then on the spot to just, hey, let's do it, let's try it. If it works great. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. So it really taught me the lesson to just go for it. Just do it. Kind of like the Nike slogan. Don't think too much, just try it. So that's basically it for this video, how Greg makes more than $2.8 million every single month. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you liked the lessons. Hopefully you enjoyed the kind of the story of how it came about. And if you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and leave a comment down below as well what you thought of the video. And if you find content like this interesting, consider subscribing as well. And you can check out another video just like this one by clicking here. So I hope to see you in that video. Bye.